Hello, beautiful Seren Stars, and welcome to your pick a card reading. So we're going back old school where you're getting to choose a pile. So for pile number 1, we have the lovely, beautiful Strength card. I love the artwork on these cards. That's pile number 1. And for pile 2, you have the Death card. And how wonderful is this one there? And the images there of that bridge. Okay, and pile number 3, you have the Page of Cups. You will see Droopy there in the background taking part. He is our mascot, but you will see me kind of warding him off because this new candle is a bit easier for him to catch himself on, so I'm always wary of that. So those are your piles, so you can pause the video and just sort of perhaps meditate for a bit or just focus on each card and see which one you feel the most drawn to. If you are watching from TikTok, you'll be able to find each video separately uploaded, and if you are watching from YouTube, it will all be in the one video. Okay, so there are your piles, and I will see you in your reading. God bless. Hello, beautiful pile number 1. And just as I was opening up today for today's readings and sessions, I was seeing beautiful butterflies, and one landed on my hand. So it will be wonderful today to see as we shuffle some other cards for you if a butterfly comes out, and I will look up the meaning of butterflies. You know, it reminds me of I'm being given the word gift, but like new beginnings and just metamorphosizing into something beautiful. And they reminded me of a memory. It was about a year ago. I went off adventuring, camping, and I was going on a long walk, and out the middle of nowhere in this forest, it was like sandy earth because it was near some sand dunes. This beautiful butterfly come and landed in front of me, and I didn't know what butterfly it was at the time, but it was beautiful. It looked like the eyes of a peacock and the colours. Anyway, as I drove out after I'd done my adventuring in that area, in the village which it's within, this beautiful peacock walked out right in front of me in the road. So what are the odds of that happening? And then when I researched, when I was home, on that butterfly, because I took a picture, I'll see if I can find it and insert it in there. It was the peacock butterfly. So it was like, what are the chances, the odds of seeing that? So it felt like such a significant message because I was going through a very difficult time, and it felt like it was about transformation and looking at the magic in life. So I feel that's very much coming through already on your reading. So as always, pile number 1, I'm going to go over the basic meaning of the cards. Then we're going to shuffle some cards together, and then I'm going to tune in to each card, and as a spiritualist medium, I'm going to see what messages that I get through for you. Okay, so let's go on to your first card. So the basic meaning of this beautiful Strength card is inner courage and mastery over own sort of primal instincts and primal emotions. It's kind of mastering oneself. So when you're faced with challenges or certain people or certain situations, you're not being reactive as such. You're much wiser is what I'm being given here. And then we have 8 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles is dedication and skill and craftsmanship and hard work and payoff for all this hard work and dedication that you've been putting in there. And you have the 10 of coins. I mainly, as always, choose these for the crystal. And I was so surprised when I turned it over for it to be the tiger's eye. I know it's a lion, but you know,
the part of the same family. So yeah, I was just blown away by how that came out. So tiger's eye is courage and protection and empowerment, and it wards off negative energy. And how beautiful is that? And the ten of coins, or ten of pentacles, is financial stability and abundance and family. That's the very basic meaning. I remember once I gave someone a piece, it was a young person, a piece of tiger's eye for protection on their journeys, on their traveling, which I'm just being reminded of. So maybe some of you are going off on your travels. I'm just going to quickly grab, sorry, it's quite rude to do this, a glass of water. It almost feels like my throat chakra, my throat is sort of closing up slightly. So I was okay before I started the read. So it could either be part of the message and some of you are having issues with expressing yourself, or it just could be that suddenly my voice is like, oh God, you're using us. Right, so let's shuffle some cards. And I have no particular rhyme or reason, no question. I wanted to leave it open for spirit and the cards. And then at the end, it's clear what the message is. So if there's anything going on in your life that you want to think about, that you need help and you need guidance with, so we ask spirit and the cards to help us today. These are timeline cards, although they say that time is a man-made construct. As humans, as I would say, we like to have a bit of a time, don't we? And we have calendars and watches and right, let's go on to your next bunch of cards. So spirit and the cards, can you give us help to give messages and guidance to people across the globe here? Ooh, my shuffling needs to improve. Anyone who's a shuffling expert can give me some tips. Okay, let's go on to you. So you can probably hear Jupy there climbing on notepad and paper. He likes paper and cardboard. Okay, spirit and the cards, can you give us messages for pile number 1 today? I do often feel like I shuffle too long. It either feels right or it doesn't. I'm just going to take one. You'll be here till tonight watching me shuffle. Right, we're going to go on to these cards, the beautiful animal cards. Woo! Okay, that popped out, so we're going to go with that one. I've already seen it. I prefer not to see all of them, so I can be as surprised as you are about what comes out. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in. You see that there, okay, and see what I pick up. And this is strength and the courage card, and they're drawing me into the fact that she's pulling in sort of the tiger there. She's going to lead in it on a lead, but it feels like and what I'm seeing is the message is, you know, you're having to draw on your strength. You're having to muster all the strength that you have to get you through this next phase of your life. They're showing me that they're saying the word skills. So you have the skills and you have the knowledge, you have the know-how, but it feels like there's something going on around you at the moment that's making you not feel the most courageous, or you know, it's really, really challenging you at the moment. Sorry, I'm just going to move the microphone because GP is setting in his little bottom on it, so it would have muffled the sound slightly. We don't want muffled sounds, do we? And they're drawing me into this shore here. So that's GP moving the cards. I do apologise. all these halts in your reading, and that could be quite actually going on around you at the moment. The situation, you feel like there's so many holdbacks, and there's so many obstacles to get to where you want to be or where you need to be. So yeah, it's very much about mustering up. And they show me a storm, and we actually have a storm here, and we have these dark clouds. It definitely feels like that sense of going through, stormy times is the words that I'm seeing here. But it's, you're mustering your strength, and the waves are really strong. So, when you're trying to pull something in from sea and then the waves are pulling it back out, that could be very difficult or feel very difficult. But the message that I wanted to give to you is that you do have the courage and you do have the strength. And they're giving me keep pushing, which they often give me when someone feels almost like giving up on a situation here. Okay, let me just focus a bit and see what else. Yeah, they're saying the words light at the end of the tunnel. So you may feel a bit, they're giving me the word hopeless at times, but there is, and they're showing me a tunnel with a light literally at the end of the tunnel, and I can see this woman walking down towards the light. So I really do extend my love to you at the moment. If you are in certain situations, that could be love, that could be work, that could be, where you live, your environment. It could, they give me the word divorces as well, unhappy relationships. So, but that can be in all different areas of your life. It could be your health also that's not doing as great as it was. Mental health, physical health. So they're showing me just all different areas that this can cover for many of you, different people across the globe. They're making me focus on the beautiful colors of this lion there. And they're giving me the words colors of the rainbow. You are colors of the rainbow. They're giving me spectrum and light. So is it that everything, I don't really know the science, I will have to look up, is the same color, it's just all light? Is that true when it's all together? Or is it all multicolored? I really can't remember, but I know there's something to do with that science-wise. So we will look that up there. They show me your heart, and they're showing me the heart in different multicolors too, and they're giving me multifaceted. And we as humans are multifaceted. So maybe you've been feeling the heavy heart, or your heart's felt, or it could be issues some of you have had with your own, or people around you may have had heart issues, or you may have been feeling emotional pain. So it's like a broken heart or something like that. But they're showing me it colourful and beaming with these beautiful colours. So it's bringing back that life and that love within your heart there. And they're giving me spectrum again. The word spectrum. I know spectrum can be one end to the other, or in the middle of it is different parts of the same thing, isn't it, really? Okay, let's then move on. So we'll move on to your next card. Let me just move all this stuff away that he's moved there. Juppie, please don't jump up there. Juppie, no, don't jump up there. I have a shelf with all kinds of things on. I'll have to put you down if you're going to be like that. He wants attention. He knows I'm talking. So he's like, today he's in one of those moods where he's like, well, I'm going to grab her attention. I'm just going to jump up there and knock everything down. That would grab my attention, wouldn't it? Chippy, no. No, that's it. You sit there and be a good boy. So, okay. 8 of Pentacles. So we have dedication, skill and craftsmanship, hard work, paying off, as I said. So let me just focus in. Giving me word trudging. So some of you may feel like you're trudging through, reaping the rewards. They're showing me this woman, and she's kind of looking, or you could be male or female, non-identifying, it doesn't matter. But it feels like she's working so hard, or she's worked so hard, but she's not feeling any joy. She's not feeling any passion. She's not feeling any happiness, and she looks grey and brown and dowdy. It's like there isn't no colour in her heart in what they're showing me here visually, spiritually they're giving me, rather than what I'm seeing there on the card. So it's like reap rewards. So it might be for some of you that you feel that you're working really hard, but there's no rewards. But it could also be for some of you working really hard, you are getting rewards, but it's not bringing you joy. It's not bringing you, I'm seeing the word satisfaction. You're just trudging through life. Maybe you're not particularly happy, whether that's work, relationships, or where you live. It could be all areas there. So there is rewards, but it feels like bittersweet is the word that they're giving me. So although there is rewards, it may not be how to get there, or what you're doing to get those rewards isn't satisfying. They show me the word soul, so it's not necessarily satisfying your soul and your spirit and who you truly are, which is this colourful light being of God. Whether you believe or not, that doesn't matter here, or whatever religion, it doesn't matter here. We're all children of God is the message they're giving me. Divine beings of love and light. GP, I know you want to join in today. It's like he wants to tell you something. He's like he has got something to say. But we do have the lion card, and I'm sure when I pulled a lion card before, or tiger, he really wanted to join in that one. It's not to say he doesn't sit around now and sit at the sides, but it's like when he's trying to grab my attention, I always feel that when I get these cards, it happens more so. Okay, they say move on. So we have the tiger's eye, which, is protection and empowerment and getting rid of negative energy. So when we're talking about, this heaviness that you're feeling and this trudging through, and I was seeing this woman kind of looking dowdy and not particularly happy in her life and her circumstances there. So maybe it would be worth some of you getting a piece of tiger's eye to carry around with you on your person and give you that like totem. They give me the word totem. Somebody to hold on that will help you draw from that inner strength that you really need to draw onto to move forward. And they're giving me the words into the next phase or out of the same sticky situation or out of where you're not happy. And you can carry that on you. You can wear it in your pockets or your top, or you'll sleep with it under your pillow, but it's just giving you that, if you focus on it and hold it, giving you that extra encouragement and strength there. Yeah, and I'm really feeling it in it says tiger eye, but my throat chakra. I'm really, really feeling that there, and the strain and the stress. And I'm finding it hard to get the words out and express myself. So it could be that some of you are with all this feeling quite down, and maybe you're feeling quite oppressed in a situation. Can be feeling that. They're giving me, they show me the flip side. So they're showing me like a sunnier side of this story. And this woman is dancing, and she's happy and she's free, and she's like in control of herself and her life. And there will be rewards again. But you're feeling, they're giving the word satisfaction, so then you're feeling happy in the work that you're putting in, the rewards that you're getting. Okay, so what card shall we move on to next? Let's go with this one. The mind likes water. When it's turbulent, it's difficult to see. When it's calm, everything becomes clear. And here we have the seas here in the rough seas. And I was seeing that, it can be difficult when you're trying to summon that strength, and the seas like pulling it back or pulling you back, and you almost feel like that. And if you're feeling quite down, that I was seeing the image of the woman and struggling at the moment, it can be difficult to see, the positive things in life or about yourself. And they're showing me there's always chapters, new chapters. They're giving me the words about how you can get to that point. It may feel like you're walking through thick mud or treacle, or you're weighed down. I'm seeing this woman weighed down with sandbags, and then I'm seeing a man literally come along, and he's clipping these. He's taking them off of her shoulders. He's taking the weight around off of them. So this could be someone's spirit side that's coming in and helping to lift this heaviness around you, or it could be a friend or a partner or a colleague or relative. But someone's definitely coming in to help you with this situation, whatever it is. I've been given the word murky waters, which they often give me, and then when something's not clear, and then they're giving me the crystal clear waters and clarity. So they're bringing in clarity and clearness to the situation, helping to move away all this murkiness and to help you to, see clearly and be more calm. And I've seen the word happiness, to bring happiness and love and joy. And sunflowers are summer and lightness and happiness and joy. I will look up the spiritual meaning of sunflowers. Okay, they're saying to move on to the next card. Okay, we go for this one. Cracked open, rock bottom. I pulled this one the other day as well, so you may have had that reading too. Chose that reading, surrender to the alchemy of life. Yeah, so that's what I was seeing, that some of you are struggling, or many of you. And I was seeing that woman, weighed down, and having to muster all her strength and courage to, they're giving me the words to get through the day, to get through life, okay? But we want to take off, as they're showing me with this card and they've shown me before, this outdated version of yourself. They give me the words, look within. And as you can see, we have the light within here. And I was talking about being beautiful light beings and children of God. We are adults now, but we also still have that inner child and that inner innocence they're giving me there. And they want you to shine bright, like that song, shine bright like a diamond. They're showing me there. They want you to sparkle. They want to take away this grayness and this trudging through life. It's not what you're meant to be here for. You're meant to find the joy and to find the positive, and to they're giving me be a beacon of light to others and yourself. They show me like a mother and children around her. So it's like some of you that they're showing, the children watch and they see and they learn. It could be from past stuff that's keeping you down, past memories. So it's dealing with that trauma. But also showing me the other side. If you're a mother and you have children around you, it's that children pick up on that and absorb it, and they see that. They give me repeating patterns, so we don't want to pass on those repeating patterns to our own children, whether that's ways of being or thinking. So it's important not just for yourself and for your inner child, but for if any of you are mothers or people around you. Maybe you're not mothers, it could be friends, other family members, partners. But it's important not just for yourself, but for others around you. And your relationships is the words that they're giving me there. Giving me your starlight being. So it's very much the theme here. I want you to recognize that. Give me the word heavy. So it's just feeling very heavy. And it doesn't need to be like that, is what they're telling me. They're saying, move forward, child. Move forward, child. Summon this courage. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Move forward. Okay, let's go on to the next card. They're just giving me, before I turn it over, is love thyself. Okay. I knew this was a love card. Galactic love. I'm filled with galactic love. And I share this love with everyone I meet. And although I did have a quick flip as it fell out, I see that it was a love card. And they've talked about being a light being, and give you a star seeds as well. So that will fit very much in with galactic love. And they were showing me the heart. and the heart being all multicolored, like this beautiful lion there. Be courageous as the lion, okay? And tap into that divine love and light. She'll help you to move forward. I'm filled with galactic love, and I share this love with everyone I meet. And we was talking about people around you, wasn't we? And your children or partners, friendships. So it feels like you're kind of cutting yourself off as well, whether that's not seeing people or it's emotionally not sharing, which I was giving a message the other day. So you may have received that message too. And here she's colourful and she's blooming and she has colours in her cheek. Whereas before, the woman I was seeing was all dowdy and grey and brown and sort of. So you're coming out, and they show me again light at the end of the tunnel, and the woman walking towards the light. Choosing love is the words that they're giving me. It's a choice. You know, we have some choice in our creation, is what they're giving me here, and our own self-development, our own lives. And as they've given me quite a few times in the card that I received, we are creators of our own lives. I just want to turn this top card over. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. And how beautiful is that? And I'm getting quite emotional as I'm tuning into this. And we talked about, you know, our inner child, and maybe we'd gone through stuff. And we talked about people around you and children noticing things, and we want to change those generational patterns. So maybe you didn't have the best examples of people around you, or parents or carers. So I really do extend my love and my light to you there. They give me the word foster care. So some of you may have been in foster care, or you may have been with grandparents or aunts or uncles. They show me situations like that across the globe, which many of you may identify with, or maybe your parents were just emotionally unavailable, which a lot of us can identify with. They give me let go of the past. And again, we see her like this galactic, beautiful star being here in space. And then we have got these lush green lands, moving into these new pastures and brightness and colour and beauty. Pave a new path. Don't follow old patterns. Live in love is the words that I'm seeing. And choices. And make better choices. How wonderful is that? Okay, let's go on to the next card. You have July and number 21, and I will look up the significance of the number 21. And this is warmth, and I'm feeling the warmth on my face as I look at this card. Sorry, that was just my chair. And it's calmer shores. Been drawn into that, whereas here it was like quite a turbulent shore and sea. Here we have this calmer shores. Oh, and I'm feeling peace, you know, and I'm feeling lightness, and I'm feeling hope, and I'm feeling joy. I'm feeling contentment, which is completely different to the beginning of this. And this, the woman that I was seeing, you know, the one that was downtrodden, it's completely different feeling. I'm feeling this freedom. It's like she's led this, she's summoned all this courage, and she's led herself. Be the leader you wish you had to a new life, a new way of being. And it's going to be difficult. It is difficult. We know, we're not going to lie about that. Nothing worth having is going to be easy. And these lessons on earth are not easy. But reap the rewards. But you're going to be reaping the rewards for your hard work this time, and feeling that sense of peace and joy, and proud of yourself. And we have the lion, you know, they walk with pride and strength, and I'm feeling like you are encompassing that in your entire being, is what they're showing me here, and feeling proud of yourself. And I'm being reminded of a beautiful, beautiful poem. And I can't remember it, like the whole thing word for word off the top of my head, but basically I will pop it in there after. Oh, I'm getting quite emotional here. It's just they're filling me with so much love, and to extend that your way. And perhaps some of the sadness I'm tapping into here. Someone was walking on the sand. Footsteps or footprints in the sand, I think it's called. And they noticed, they was having a really difficult time. And they noticed when they looked back, there was only one set of footprints in the sand. And they said, Jesus, God, why did you not help me? I could not see you there. I could only see one set of footprints in the sand. And God said, that's because I carried you. That's because I carried you. So you're being carried through this. And they're sending you so much love and so much strength. And that is such a beautiful message to end on. And don't give up hope. Summon that strength, summon that courage, and keep going. You're not alone, and you're not walking alone in this path. And if you feel like you need help, then reach out. Okay, that's beautiful. Let's go into your charms here. Okay, let's see what we can pull out. And we'll also do your message there. Right, I'm going to look the other way. Woo! We had this, which often means a surprise. What have we got? What have we got? The moon and the stars there. How wonderful is that? So with this, it often means a surprise, but I feel like it's like the balloon's going up and it's feeling lighter and it's taking off that weight, These could almost be like these heavy bags upside down that I was seeing over your shoulders, weighing you down, and this man was coming along and taking them off. But it could also be, a beautiful surprise or celebration coming up, or an anniversary. They show me anniversary of people passing away, so that could be quite important for some of you to remember that those loved ones are there and supporting you and lifting you up. We give them the word Jesus, and you don't have to believe in Jesus. It could be whatever for your religion, but they're giving me faith, and have faith in bringing that into your life. So maybe some of you are feeling you've lost your faith, okay? And they're bringing that back to you. Remember, it's about love. With the beautiful moon and stars, and they're giving me wish upon a star. And new horizons and new beginnings and new opportunities and new love. But for many of you, I feel that you need to start loving yourselves. And I'm sorry, I need to say I'm sorry for whatever you've been through that's caused you any pain. I want to take that all away and just fill your heart with love. They're showing me your heart, filling with all those beautiful colours again. Okay, let's grab you a little message here. Oh, I've got it. Let's open this up together. Find 5 things that you're grateful for today. So so often when we're feeling trudged down and bogged down and heavy and everything feels difficult, it can be hard to find things to be grateful for. But I think that's really important, definitely if you're trying to get out of this heaviness and to change your mindset and to move forward. Journaling, they show me journaling, writing down your feelings be a good idea. Talking to someone, counseling, exercising, definitely journaling. For some of you, I think that's really important to write down how you feel. And maybe they're showing me also writing letters to people that have hurt you in the past. That could be really important too, just writing that out. And then burning it, like setting it on fire afterwards, releasing it. Giving the word release, letting go of hurt in the past. Be that, leader, that new person, and then that person blossoming and walking in love. Okay, pile number 1, that is your wonderful reading today. And I thank Spirit and the cards for giving us these messages for you. And I thank you for joining me today from wherever you are across the globe. And I fill this reading with so much love and so much light and so many blessings. And I will see you in the next reading. God bless. Hello, beautiful pile number 2, and welcome to your reading today. And I welcome you all wherever you are from across the globe, whether you're joining us on TikTok or YouTube. I'm really grateful to have you all here. My cat Jupiter really joined in on reading number 1, so it's possible he may join in on this one too. But we'll see. So I apologise in advance. Oops, just knocked the camera there. If he does knock things over. Okay, so as always, you may not know, you may be new to the channel, so welcome. If you're regular, thank you for being here. And you'd already know that to begin with, I go over the basic meaning of each card first. Then we shuffle some cards together, take some messages and charms, and then as a spiritualist medium, I tune in and see what messages I'm given from Spirit and the cards for you. Okay, so let's get into the very basic meaning of the first card. And some people may think, oh, it's the Death card, but it's not. It's a wonderful card because it's transformation and ending, the old and new beginnings. So I always feel really hopeful with this card. So don't be put off by that one. Your next card is the Knight of Wands, and that's bold action and adventure and charging ahead and lots of passion with the Knight of Wands. As always, I choose these mainly for the crystals, the stones or the metals, but it's also a tarot card. So we have the Magician, which is manifestation and action again and spiritual mastery. And the Hermit Diamond is high energy and high vibrational and clarity and attunement and healing. And it can also be used for astral travel if any of you are thinking about doing that or have experienced astral travel. Okay, so let's shuffle some cards together. So I'm not really sure which way this is going to go. I don't have a specific question in mind myself. So just think of anything that you would like some clarity on or answers in your life at the moment. So Spirit and the cards, can you give us messages to help pile number 2 with their life journey here on Earth? Any guidance that you can give us? Okay, thank you. And we've gone to this pile. These are easier to shuffle. So I hope you're well today. I don't know why I keep seeing fruit and a pineapple and give me some strange images sometimes. Oh, God, this is flown out. Right, okay, I'm going to put that upside down. I couldn't read it upside down, so I don't like to. So some of them I like to be surprised as you are. I really do. And it's quite fun, because then I don't pick those in a particular order, these ones. It's quite fun to see what comes out, what messages. So I don't know why I was seeing a pineapple. So Spirit and the cards. These are the animal cards, which I love. Any other animal lovers out there? Give us a wave. And let us know what animals that you have. Maybe you have some exotic animals. And I was, as I've been harping on every reading, I think, since I've seen my snake spirit animal. And I've been boring everyone with that one to death, literally. And the card has come out a few times as well for that snake. So we'll see. So Spirit and the cards. What messages? Sometimes I just shuffle forever. Oh, It's that feeling. It's almost like a feeling in your bones. We go for that one. Okay. Thank you. We're going to the last bunch. Cards. So Spirit and the cards. What can you give us to help with this reading? Okay. I kind of got stuck in my hand there, so we'd go for that one. We do your charms. I'll do those at the end because I do them in the beginning because otherwise I forget. But I'll try and remember that I need to pour those too. Right, so we've gone over the basic meaning of the Death card. So let me tune in here. They're definitely, giving me definitely. No pun intended, no joke intended. Not on purpose anyway, but I see how that came out there. They're very much drawing me. The word transformation is what they're very much highlighting here, and they're drawing me to this bridge here. And isn't that a beautiful bridge? I remember I used to be. They're reminding me that I used to be quite fearful of driving over bridges, but over time, repeating it and doing it quite often, I became. I wouldn't say like the most confident, but I was okay with it. The more you tread a path, it can feel like they're showing me like a jungle path and it's overgrown. But the more you cut that back and you walk that path, the easier it becomes each time. And the more you do it, your muscle memories, the words they're giving me, and they're also giving me fitness. So there may be something for some of you that's coming up that's new. Giving me the word protection and then bringing me into this bubble here. It feels like a bubble to me. There may be something new coming up, is what they're showing me, that you need to draw on past stuff from. So it might be past skills, and they'd be like, "This fine. You've got this. You've got that. It's going to come back to you." Or it could be that you're training and you're putting in these and putting in the energy, and you're learning new skills to then enable you to get across that bridge and to the other side. So this could be related to work, relationships. They're saying work, 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 work. We've got the Rihanna song there. So I think for a lot of you, it could be work related, or maybe there's a hobby. They show me someone climbing up a cliff face, so it feels really challenging, especially if you're new to it. But then you see people have done it for years, and then they just fly up, don't they, with ease, and they're almost like Spider-Man is what they're showing me there. So you could be male or female, it doesn't matter, or gender, see yourself as genderless, non-identifying. But they're just showing me this mastery of skills and physicality. I don't know if that's an actual word, but yeah, I'm really impressed with what you're doing here, or you're going to be doing. They give me the word fitness. So yeah, they gave me that in another reading recently about increasing your fitness and your strength. So you may need that for your new job or this new adventure that you're going off on. But they're giving me pastures new, and I had new beginnings and transformation. And this bridge is full of so much light, and we're kind of moving away from this darkness or this outdated. They give me the word outdated ways of being. So embrace this change, embrace the ending of the old, as difficult as it can sometimes feel for you, because that's how they're showing me. They're giving me the word familiar, because that's familiar to us. We can get too comfortable within that, but then it doesn't help us to grow or evolve, staying within those same situations that we've been in for a long time. So I feel that is for many of you, many of us, always pushing ourselves. But they're drawing me into like all these people. So like there's many of you on these new paths of transformation. And they're showing me like meeting new people as well. So you may be joining a group or a new team, new areas. New areas of work, new areas of study. Yeah, definitely going to be new people, if they're not already in your life, coming into your life there. They give the word exciting times, or words exciting times. Okay, telling me to move on. So the Knight of Wands is bold, action and adventure and passion. So it feels like, yeah, that's definitely been coming back into your life, and you'll find, if you haven't already found something that's giving you that, you'll be finding something, and you're charging ahead boldly, and they're showing me someone opening their arms, and they're like ready. They're saying, come on, bring it on. I'm ready for the new. I'm ready for the challenges, whether it's you're ready to train for them or you've been training for this and you're like, come on now. And they show me someone doing like karate and judo, and they're laughing. So it's like a humorous way. You're ready to take this on and fight for what you want. They're giving me rights and freedoms. So for some of you, it could be you're fighting for particular rights and freedoms of humanity and yourself in the world. But there's lots of there's so many tropical jungles, and I see that at the beginning when I was talking about creating a new path. But I know many of you do live in different countries across the world, more exotic countries than England or Wales. So it could, but it also could be many of you traveling to different countries and more exotic lands. Definitely a lot of adventure. And they're showing me Indiana Jones, which they like to show me to represent this adventure that you'll be going on. Is there anything else? They're giving me the words hot stuff, and someone really super fit, and it's a man, but I mean, could be, you could be male or female, it doesn't matter, but they show me like you being super fit and hot stuff, and everyone's drawn to you. But they're also showing me someone around you or people coming in that are going to be these exciting new people. And not only are they going to be, they're giving me intellectually pleasing, they're also going to be physically pleasing to look at. So if any of you are single out there, have been hoping for a new person, that maybe where you'll meet your new person on these exciting new adventures or new chapters in your life. Okay, let's go on to the Magician. So the Magician, manifestation and action again, and also spiritual mastery, and the Hermit diamond. Yeah, it's really high vibrational, high energy and clarity. So I'm definitely feeling this with this bunch of people. And when I've seen people doing climbing walls and going through jungles and all this adventure, mastery. They give me the word mastery. So yeah, again, mastering your skills and becoming. They're giving me the best versions of yourself. And high energy and high vibrational with the Hermit diamond. It was always also given with astral travel. Maybe some people are spiritually evolved enough to do that. So please put in the comments, or maybe you've had an experience of astral travel. They show me that with the jungle experience, where some of them take that herb concoction. I wouldn't fancy it myself, but I think some of them may experience some kind of out of body experiences then. So if you have tried that or you're planning on trying that, please let me know in the comments. But they're giving me spiritual development. So I feel that, yeah, for some of you, there's definitely this spiritual journey that you're going on and travel. So please, again, let me know if you're on some kind of spiritual journey too. That would be really interesting to find out, just because I'm really nosy. Just because my life's particularly boring, I'd like to live it through everyone else's. I'm really joking, but I'd love to know about all your adventures. And spirit joining in and laughing along here, bringing lots of humor, yeah, and lots of high energy. Anything else that you can give me with this card? We're just going to move on. So, which card shall we go for next? Drawn to this one. Lifting the vow. I don't think I've actually drawn this one before. This is beautiful. I could just sit and stare at this card or have it put in a frame. Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. anything not fitting in your life, and anything that's not bringing you this color here, this colorful path and this light, very similar, and this joy, gone, be gone. I'm seeing the words, okay? And this feels high energy as I'm looking at it, and it feels like my heart's expanding, my heart chakra's expanding. It feels exciting. It's like you're drawing back the curtains on this whole new world, you know? And it's almost like these jungle mountainous areas in the background that many of you may be going on for these new chapters and these new adventures. Questioning everything. Yeah, I feel that you're very not unusual is probably not the right word, but I am seeing the word unusual, different inquisitive minds. So that fits with, questioning everything. You want to know more about the earth and about planets and about people, and you want to meet new people. I feel that you're very much fed up of this old life, this outdated life that doesn't fit you anymore. Yeah, and you're opening the curtains to this, the veil to this whole new little universe. And they're talking about astral travel. So maybe some of you, that's bringing in that different element of excitement and interest and evolving. And you want to know about science and spirituality. I'm just going to focus some more. I don't know why they show me a donkey. A donkey going along, but usually when they show me a donkey, it's like weighed down or burdened, but this donkey isn't carrying stuff. It's like they're waiting for you. They're giving the word friend. They could just be representing this friend coming in. And donkeys can be quite fun and quite humorous and quite vocal, can't they? And express themselves. So maybe you're meeting, some other quirky people across the globe. Given that it's very inviting, whatever it is, and I was seeing those other people that looked really sporty and attractive and fun and intelligent. There's just so much excitement with this card exuding, and I hope that you are feeling that, and if you're not, we're sending that to you, and it's on your way. I'm just in awe of this card and this moment. I'm seeing someone with cameras taking lots of pictures. So you'll be taking lots of pictures of these exciting times and these journeys. And also the giving transformation, taking pictures of your own transformation in life. Some of you may be on a physical transformation, whether it's weight loss, health. They give you surgery. So some of you may be having, a surgery or something of some kind. It's definitely that just a whole new you. Okay, so move on. I could have looked at that card all day. The feeling that it was giving me. Which one should I go for? We'll go for this one. Much of spiritual life is self-acceptance. Maybe all of it. I have these beautiful, beautiful white roses here. And white roses, for me, represent peace. And I'm being given the words tranquility. And they're giving me again the word transformation. So I will look up the spiritual meaning of white roses, but maybe they do represent transformation too. And we was talking about spirituality, and I was picking up on that. And that was also coming through on the astral travel on the Hermika diamond card there. And the spiritual journey that some of you may be on. And self-acceptance is really important, isn't it? If we're fighting ourselves or situations and who we inherently are. Some of us maybe naturally they're showing me a bit more talkative or a bit more fiery or a bit more, and they're showing me someone pouring water onto the flame, and by trying to water yourself down is what they're showing me now. No, Juby, because the candle. You don't want to set yourself on fire. We're talking about fire, and he's like, right, I'm going to go to the candle then, light myself on fire. You've already burnt yourself once. Or he didn't. He kind of singed his fur slightly. So yeah, they showed me the pouring on the water, putting out the flame. Stop putting out your own flame, stop putting out your own light to shrink yourselves around others or situations. Okay, so again, meeting new people, new pastures, and moving on in a new you. I feel that it's very much outdated you, what's around you, and that could be people, it could be long-term friendships or relationships. But if you've ever felt, you have to dull yourself down, that doesn't mean that if you're fiery that you just go out and just be fiery in every situation or rude. But if you're passionate about things or a subject, and other people are always putting you down or telling you to be quiet, or or they're saying you're too much. You're not too much. We are all individual and our different characters, and that's the beauty of life, isn't it? And I feel that you're going to be meeting new people will align much more with that, or is saying anything unaligned. So these new people will align with who you are and allow you to be your true, authentic self. Is there anything else you can give me? Okay, they're saying move on. They're putting someone in like trainers. So again, this walking and fitness and energy there. Stepping forward into the new. Okay, what one should we go for next? I'm going to go for this one. Next couple of weeks, and number 3. And I will look up the spiritual meaning. But here we have this jungle theme, which fits perfectly with what I was seeing in my visions of jungle and jungle paths. And there's this man here, you could be male or female, it doesn't matter, standing under this waterfall and embracing the new and this new way of being and these new adventures. And they're reminding me that waterfalls and the energy, it's very high vibrational and very uplifting. They call them negative ions, but the negative ions are actually positive effect on your body, your mind, and your soul. So they're very much bringing that in here. My hand's heating up. There's lots of healing. And yeah, again, they're repeating the word transformation. Death of the old. Rebirth is the word that they're giving me here. A new you. Next couple of weeks. So maybe you're going somewhere in the next couple of weeks, or going somewhere for a couple of weeks. But it feels like more the new year time. Then this will all begin. So please let me know in the comments there. Wonderful is that. Okay, let's go on to your last card. This is the second lion. Pile number 1 had a beautiful strength on the lion. How wonderful is this? Mystic flow. I flow with the mystic energy of the universe, embracing each moment as it comes. And here we can see both with their arms open here. The man there by the waterfall, I don't know if you can see that. Arms open wide here, opening up to a new world there. So embracing an acceptance here, embracing the new and letting go of the old. And the mystic energy, we're talking about the energy of the waterfalls and what's around us in nature. And your own perhaps spiritual side that you've perhaps not really delved into or focused on. So I feel like many of you going down that path, and they're showing me this jungle pathway again. And the lion is courage and boldness. Just going to tune in and see. I'm being given the word joy, joyous energy. Again, my hand's really heating up again. Anything else you can give me? Messages? This last card. And they show me, which I had at the beginning when I was opening up today for the readings, a beautiful butterfly landing on my hand. And it's reminding me of a magical moment I had where a butterfly landed in front of me, and it turned out it was a peacock butterfly. And moments, later that day when I drove off in the village, out in front of me walked an actual peacock. It's called a peacock butterfly that I see, which I researched after. So the synchronicities of that. So I'm in a jungle now as I'm talking. I'm seeing a jungle surrounding me, and the butterfly landed on my hand. So this feels like you're going to have so many special magical moments when you go off onto these new journeys and taking the pictures of these magical moments around you. And it's not just what you're seeing visually, but also what you're going to be feeling. And you're going to be feeling more energized as well, going into this new and having these new experiences. They're giving me again a whole new world and a whole new you. And you are this beautiful, majestic, courageous person going off doing wonderful things that perhaps many other people aren't brave enough to do. They give me a magical and magical, many magical moments to come. Many magical people I feel are going to be entering your life. How wonderful is that? Right, let's take a charm for you. See what we get. I'm excited for you. I'm going to turn the other way, making eye contact with Jupy here. You're helping me, Jupes. Oh, we have love. Woohoo! Yeah, maybe some of you are meeting definitely meeting a new friend or new love. Ooh, blue moon. And it just reminded me as I'm looking at this, a song called Blue Moon. It went, blue moon, I saw you standing alone without a dream of my own or your own. And I'll look that up, the meaning. So I feel like many of you, yeah, you're feeling a bit alone, even if you're around people, because they're not your people. But these new people coming in are going to be your people, and where you can feel your authentic self and be free is what I'm being shown here. And they'll be bringing in that love that you've not really felt for a while. You know, that true love is the words they're giving here. New romance, they're giving me the words romance. So I feel for a huge many of you, you're going to be having that romantic love. So please tell me if you meet someone on your travels. Again, it could just be friendships, new loving friendships. There's definitely, they're giving the word spicy. There's definitely going to be some spicy, happy moments there with someone rather nice that you meet. That's definitely what I'm being given there. So what a wonderful, wonderful reading. I'd love this reading to be my reading, actually. So it's great to be part of this reading for you. So, everyone across the globe, thank you so much for joining me today, pile number 2 on your reading. And I feel this with so much love and so much light. And I will see you in your next reading. God bless. Hello, beautiful Seren Stars and pile number 3, and welcome to your reading, and welcome to everyone across the globe wherever you're watching from. Okay, there, as I said in the other piles, there isn't a particular rhyme or reason. There isn't a particular subject. We're going to leave this open to spirit and the cards to give you the kind of end title to this reading for you today. So as always, if you're regular or if you're new, we go over the basic meaning of your first cards, then we shuffle some cards together, take some charms and a message, and then as a spiritualist medium, I tune in and see what messages spirit and the cards give me. Okay, so let's go on to your first card, and we have the wonderful Page of Cups. And how magnificent is this card? And the Page of Cups is, new beginnings and creativity, intuition, action, romance, and also a card of curiosity. And that's just giving me, I'm seeing the words hope and promise, and that's just filling me with so much hope and promise here. And then we're going to the beautiful Queen of Wands, and she is courage and confidence and self-assurance, and she's a creator, and she's very independent. And how beautiful is that? And I love a little cat here. I've had my cat Jupy in on 2 of the other readings, so he may join us today with your reading. Pile number 3. And we're going to the garnet, which is mostly what I choose these cards for, but also it doubles up as a tarot card. So the Page of Swords, which is youthful energy and communication and new ideas, and it could be a messenger. So it could be messages on the way. And garnet is very much love and passion and strength and vitality, and also very protective stone, and that's a beautiful color. They're very matchy actually, aren't they? And aren't they in the colors there, which I noticed? Right, let's shuffle you some cards. So Spirit and the cards, what messages can you bring to pile number 3 and people across the globe today? So I hope you're all having a fabulous day, wherever you are. They're showing me visually lots of sweets, but they're not sweets from this country, like sweet desserts almost. They could double up as both. And I don't know if they're saying marzipans. I don't know if whatever this particular thing is they're showing me is made of lots of almonds, which is what traditionally, what marzipan is made of. Oh, hang on, one of my nails is coming loose. We don't want that, do we? One of my nails flying off mid reading. Okay, so maybe they're bringing lots of sweetness into your life, or maybe you're actually going somewhere for some lovely desserts. Like here we'd call it like afternoon tea. But maybe you have something else that you're celebrating. Maybe lots of sweet treats. Could be like a traditional, it looks like a very traditional sweet. I know like India, you have this very sweet, oh, they're fried, aren't they? They're showing me the shape of them. And I know we have lots of people from India and from those cultures. Also Turkey do a lovely layered pastry with almonds in, don't they? There's all kinds of traditional pastries I'm being shown here. The UK, we'd have like, oh God, we have all sorts. We have cream scones for our kind of afternoon tea. Cream or jam, what do you put first? That's such a huge debate, such a huge world debate, isn't it there? I'm just kidding. So let's shuffle some more. I'll stop waffling on. Woo! God, I nearly threw the whole pack then across the table. That would have been a bit of a mission, picking all of those up. To Spirit and the cards, what messages can you bring to people across the globe today? They show me lots of warm climates, which makes sense with we're going to go for 2 here, which makes sense with the desserts that I was seeing from different countries abroad. Smooth these up a bit so you can see them all. Oh, I don't know if you're getting all of those in. Let's move the candle back a bit. We'll see. I changed the angle of the camera because I went for a little break and a cup of tea. Okay. Spirit and the cards. These are the animal cards, which you probably know if you watch my videos on a regular basis. What messages from spirit or spirit animals can we give to people across the globe? I've been getting the fox a lot lately and the snake. Hedgehogs actually appeared quite a lot too in past readings. So we're going to go for that one. Okay, let's do some charms. Shimmy, shimmy, shake. We'll turn the other way. I've got to try and do this gently so my nail doesn't come flying off. Oh, and I picked up the angel wing but dropped it. So I'm going to get that back out. Where's it gone now? Oops. The only thing with these, now I just can't hold it. Right. So that did come out, but then it dropped in. So we're going to go with that one. Beautiful angel wing and the balloons there. Right. Are we all in? We're all in, troops? Okay, so we're going to go with the basic meaning of those. Oh, the messages. I think I forgot in the last pile to do a message. So I'm shimmy these around and then just pick one. Oh, no. Shimmy it around. Look the other way. Okay. Right. We've got 2 there. I'm going to go for 2. So we're getting double up. So we've got 2 cards. So I'll open those at the end. Okay, so the Page of Cups. So, this is beautiful new beginnings, creativity, nutrition, and like I said, it could be romance and many other meanings to this card, but I am getting the words renewal. I've been given the word surgence, which I'll have to look that up in the dictionary after, but I think that means like a surge of energy coming in, and I'm being given the collective here. I'm being given the words spiritual group. So this group, I did have messages for people in spirituality on pile number 2, but this one feels a particularly spiritual group, almost like more of you collectively will fit into that spiritual bunch there. They're giving me divine light and love. And we're seeing this here. Normally when I tune in part of the process, there's many steps that I go through, but I will visualize this golden light going up to the heavens and through down into the ground. So he's being grounded, giving me new energy. And they're showing me lots of planets as well. And I know we have the sky here. And how beautiful is that, with the rainbow and the stars and the moon. Yeah, but they're showing me also, yeah, I know stars are planets, but they're showing me like round planets with, orbiting in space. They're showing me multiple different planets there. It reminded me of my cat. My cat is called Jupiter. They call him Jupy for short. Is there anything else you can give me? Fresh new start. They're just giving me that. And we did have some messages of that for other people in pile number 2 about fresh new start and new adventures. Very much new beginnings. Let me tune in some more. I'm being drawn into the angel wings there. And we do have an angel wing here that I pulled out. That dropped back in and got that back out. And they're showing me surrounded. So you're surrounded by protection. I'm seeing the word protection. And love from the other side. So wherever you go, and on your travels, I'm seeing the word travels. I'm seeing someone on a bus. They're showing me this woman on a bus. Doesn't mean you literally have to be getting a bus. They could symbolically just be showing that. And she's looking out of the window and she's daydreaming as she's going along on this bus. And she's thinking about plans. They're giving me planning and new ideas. Giving me new opportunities and new blessings. And counting your blessings. Looking up the stars and making wishes on stars. So yeah, it's lots of positivity coming in here. And she's dreaming and she's thinking, and as I've given before, before anything comes physically in the world, it's a thought, isn't it? In our minds. For every invention, it would have just been not just in someone's mind, but our thoughts are very powerful, is what I'm saying here, and about creating our new chapters in our life. And this could almost be a book, a story of our life. And they're giving me all, as this woman on the bus is thinking about her different plans and her different things going on, and she's daydreaming. It's almost like, well, what are your thoughts? And be mindful. What are you creating for your future? But there's lots of positivity with this card. And again, the word travel. And I know at this time of year, so given a number of readings, there is travel to see family. But this feels more travel on a journey into, these new beginnings. And it could be moving to a new house. It could be moving on to a new relationship. It could be moving on to a new job. Leaving the old, new starts, fresh new starts. Again, repeated and repeated, I keep seeing new beginnings. Give me the word fold and folding. I don't know why, and they're showing me this woman, she's folding up things. So they're showing me, clothes. She's folding up and she's packing things away into boxes. It definitely feels like movement and moving for many of you here. And maybe some of you having a good clear out and getting rid of old stuff that you no longer want. And that could be symbolic for relationships, jobs, or it could be physically. You're actually cleansing, clearing out your home and sorting out, what you want to take with you on this new chapter and these new beginnings. But again, they're reiterating the angel wings, and you are protected. And this woman's on her own, so maybe some of you are single, or many of you are single. Okay, I've been given the word new love though, so doesn't mean you're going to be on your own forever if you're single. And she's courageous, the queen. She's full of confidence. And she is a creator and creative, independent. So that would make sense. We've seen many people on their own and single. And with her cat here as her companion on her journeys. She's got these two, are they geckos there on her side? So I think you've got, a couple of close friends, but I don't think you're someone to have, tons of friends and acquaintances just for the sake of it. What else can you give me with this? I feel that many of you are the confident bunch, and even if you don't, they're saying fake it till you make it. Even if you don't always feel like it, you will walk tall and you will walk with confidence. You will walk the talk and talk the walk. I don't know if I've got that saying right. And they're giving me that song, you're simply the best, do do do, better than all the rest, better than. And it's not to think that you think, oh God, I'm just it's not arrogance. They're just saying that you are this queen, like magical person who walks with confidence and leads the way. And they show me a blazing trail of fire. So you are a trailblazer, which means you set the trends and everything like that. You may not always feel like that, but this is what they're giving me. And this is definitely how they see you and how they think of you. They showed me someone in like a Doc Martin pair of boots. They're giving me the word anarchy. So it doesn't mean like you're this, and the word rebels. It doesn't mean in a negative sense. It's like you'll stand up against the grain. You'll speak your mind. And if you're not feeling like this or been living in that space, this is very much coming for you. But I do feel that many of you are already these trendsetters and these confident people, and you walk tall. Even if you're not particularly feeling it that day, you'll always walk tall with courage, but also a very loving and spiritual person in the same breath. And some of you may be spiritual teachers or leaders in a certain particular field, is what I'm being shown here. And they give me the word science too. So maybe some of you are quite not only spiritual but also logical too. You've got that logical mind and practicality. So they're showing me feet in both worlds, so in the dreams like state and then in the practical world, and they're showing me balance, so that many of you are good at living in both the reality, the real world, and staying grounded, and in the dreamy world, like the dreaming out of the windows. You understand, is what they're showing me, the importance of both. And if you're not, again, feeling in that space yet, and maybe you're living too much in the dream world or too much in the practical world, they show me that balance is coming for that proportion of you. But I feel many of you are already living in this balance, and you've created this. But I think a lot of you. Hello again, beautiful pile number 3. I am back in the reading room. Your reading has taken so long because I ran out of storage, and then I had other things going on. Excuses, and I had 5 pieces of artwork to give in. So it'd be interesting to see today. I'm being shown the number 5 as well, if that comes out within the reading today, the rest of the reading. I thought I'd lost the readings, but I actually found them in the storage. So what I'm going to do is hopefully I haven't gone back to check the video or to edit the video yet. I just realized they was there. I thought, thank God. And then obviously made sure I had storage. So it'd be interesting to see if they give me messages to pick up from where we left off from. And I want to test that, but I don't want to go and check the video and find out what messages we got, because I can't really remember. I can't remember at all, actually. And and then I just want to see, as a little experiment for us, if we can still get back in and pick up the message they was trying to relay to us. I was being shown, as I was walking through my security system, as I like to call it, it was like the beautiful eye of a dragon, and then it slowly opened up the just kind of it. I'm trying to explain it. I can see it, but I can't say it. It started forming, there you go, into a whole dragon. So that was beautiful. But initially it was just a beautiful big dragon eye, and I thought, what a huge, huge eye. But I could kind of see the edge around it, like this sort of jaggedy, rougher edge, around the eye. So I knew it was something big. So when it formed, into this dragon. But anyway, so we're going to shuffle. I had shuffled you cards already. So you're probably thinking, well, why have I got different cards now? But I don't think we turned them all over. So I'm just going to shuffle some more, because my cat knocked the whole load of my tarot cards off of the table. So it was all mixed up, and then I just tidied them all away. So we're going to go for that one. So it'd be interesting to see, if I had already turned some cards over in the previous reading, if I get some similar cards or the same cards. Put these little bows on. I thought it was very Christmassy. So I hope, you're all having a good time, and you've been getting into the Christmas festivities, spending that with family or friends, whatever you're doing, or whatever religion or culture or non-religion, it doesn't matter. Everyone is welcome here. I hope you're all having a good time. And if you're on your own, as I am today, although my son arrives tomorrow, I just want to send you so much love and comfort. And you can always throw me a message here, and to connect there, and I'll try and get back, even if it's just to say hi. We can do that. Oops, I've thrown a load of cards there. So I have this other board underneath, so these cards might temporarily disappear, because usually we turn them over. If you're new to the channel, your main cards I do first, and the others I just see which one I'm drawn to and turn it over as we go along. So yeah, they're kind of disappearing into the background, so hopefully you can see them on the video. My tablecloth I smothered with paint, because I had 5 pieces of artwork to complete, which took a lot longer than I expected, so I will wash it. Whoop! Okay, we've got 2 cards that have flown out, so do you know what? I'm going to stick with those. I'm going to keep those in your reading, and this part won't be as long, because obviously we've still got the other parts of the reading that thankfully saved. It'll just be interesting to see. Okay, we've got this one to see what happens. Okay. Whoop. So let's look at your beautiful Page of Cups again. I'm sure we already went over these, tuned in, but I could be wrong. Maybe I didn't. Okay, they're giving me the word courage, and that's been kind of showing up in my face quite a bit, but it was this card that I was drawn to when I was getting courage, and this courage does come with this card, so we'll keep hold of that. But they're also, as I'm looking at this one, still giving me the word courage. Okay, they're giving me the words dig deep. So if anyone who's new to us, I do the basic meaning of the cards, but mainly I'm a spiritualist medium. The cards kind of something I love, but it's newer in my life, as in giving readings with cards. But we all love tarot cards. I've followed tarot readers for a long time, but as a spiritualist medium, that's been a lot going on for many, many, many years. So I get messages through images and sounds and smells and feelings, and all kinds of communication from spirit. So I just thought I'd throw that in there for anyone that was new to the channel. So I'll see things, and sometimes I see things overlaid on the card, or a little video playing out on top of the card. So you may think, God, she sounds bonkers. She's saying that this is what she's seen on the card, but it's because there's like an overlay of an image that I will be seeing or being given. Yeah, they're just giving me, again, dig deep within. And again, courage. They're emphasizing courage here. So it could be an extension on your other reading, or it could be just kind of reiterating what we was touching on before. They're giving me the word poised, and they're drawing me into her here being very sort of poised and confidence, and to her little familiar here, a little cat there. Although he's quite a large black cat, actually, isn't he? And some cultures may think black cats are bad luck, but I personally think of black cats as good luck. And I used to have a beautiful black cat called Moon, and another big fluffy one called Beltane. So that could be important to the messages, as I've been reminded of these past animals. So see if that comes up in the cards. We may even have a full moon coming up around this time. I will double check afterwards, and I'll stick that in there, because I always research bits afterwards that I'm not too sure about, because I'm often given things that I don't really know the meaning of, or yeah, you're getting a lot of waffle today. You're getting free waffle. So okay, I'm not charging for the free waffles there. Yeah, so it's definitely about you, whatever this situation is, they're wanting you to be strong and courageous and poised and confident, and you don't have to be female. You could be male or non-identifying. That's really not important. Ooh, just got a little flake of gold there. I've got gold everywhere from all my artwork that I was doing. So you might see that flying around on the mat. And they're drawing me to this star here, and they're saying the Star of David. And I don't know what that is. Is that what religion that is particularly to do with, or is it to do with the story of Bethlehem? But it's kind of reminding me, it's giving me those vibes, when the three wise men came along. It's definitely giving me that feeling. But the Star of David, I don't know if that's connected to the Jewish religion, or it is to do with, obviously, they say Jesus was based in, I know we've got all the stuff going on with Israel, which, triggers a lot of people, myself included, but we have to remember there's lots of good people and parts of, I think they were trying to say that Bethlehem maybe was based in Gaza or near there, but it's definitely that part of the world. But I don't want any of this to be taken with any negative connotations, because that's not what they're giving me in the message. They're giving me the word bright blessings, as they always give me. They give me the word joyous. And I'm hearing, I don't know if you have them in your country, because I know we have people from different countries, but I'm seeing the words and I'm hearing carol singers. So it's rejoicing. So this time of the year, obviously, we're all coming together as family, with friends, and it's rejoicing. Asked for us, or for me, it would be Jesus. For you, it could be other gods that you pray to, or maybe you don't pray to a particular god, you just pray out to the universe, or as long as it's within love and light, it doesn't really matter. But they're giving that, and they're bringing lots of love and joy, and they want to send that your way. Yeah, so it's feeling like there's something around you, that could be job, work, relationships, everything. It could be all sorts that this message could be related to, as I always say. But whatever it is, they want you to walk tall and walk confidence. You are the Queen of Wands. But then they're flipping me back to this card with although it's difficult times for many of us, they bring me back to this joyousness and what this time of year is all about. and celebrating. And yeah, so I will research afterwards the Star of David. Maybe they just gave me that as to draw me into the stars. Sometimes they do that, but I'll pop that in there afterwards. Courageous. They're giving me courageous again. You are courageous. Okay, let's go on. And Garnet, as I said, love, passion, strength, vitality, protection. So, we're talking about courage, we're talking about strength here. Give me the words go forward, go forth, keep going. And they're like pushing this woman forward. Again, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, but I'm seeing a hand pushing this woman forward. Sorry, I've got half of the dinner on the table there. I'm just going to cover that up because that's quite embarrassing. I use my table for everything: eating, creating, readings. Yeah, so they're very much, and they're giving me New Year, and I'm thinking there was Happy New Year. So some of you may be going now, that may sound like such an obvious thing to say, but many of you may be going out, getting dressed up. They're showing me lots of glitter and lots of good times, and the poppers that you let off and the things that you blow and fireworks. So many of you, they're sending New Year, wishes and lots of love from the other side, from friends and family and relatives, and they'll be joining in and visiting and be happy to let go of your troubles and your worries. Troubles and strife some of you may be feeling at the moment, or a large proportion of you may be feeling. I was given yesterday, when I spoke to someone, not someone I really know, but I was given trials and tribulations, and they had a tattoo in Roman numeral numbers. And I Googled, because I'm not very good with knowing what numbers mean. So I Googled it, and it gave me, but it meant 222, or it's lots of twos, which is an angel number. And it's also, it's a Roman verse in the Bible. And it all said something about, our trials and tribulations and being strong and going forward, and kind of, I think it was on about, God's love being sent to us on our path, and things like that. But I will again look that up and put that in there. But I'm just being reminded of that as I'm looking at this, because some of us may feel quite alone in our trials and tribulations. And what I said to this person yesterday, it all just came out of me, and then the need to research this tattoo they had. It's like it shapes us and it molds us and it makes us who we are. And now I'm being drawn to like this rougher piece of garnet here, but how life, as we go through, being given battered and bruised, it may not be literally, but we go through these obstacles and trials and tribulations. We come out as this sort of gem at the end. We've gained so much. I'm seeing the words knowledge, and we gained so much. I'm seeing the words understanding and knowing who we are. And I've been given the words know thyself is really important. Okay. So that's just a beautiful message that they're giving to me again, which was given to me yesterday to give to someone. So I pass that on to you. And this is also a crystal stone of love. Love thyself. Love each other. Especially the way the world is at the moment, it can seem a scary place, but there is so much love still out there, is what I want to reiterate and give through in this message. So which card shall I go for next? This is always the conundrum, and I got to remember I can't take as long because this is the end of the reading for pile 3. Although I feel that you'll be getting a bit extra than the other 2 piles. Okay, I'm going to go with this one. How beautiful is that? Starry dreams. My dreams are made of stardust, and I pursue them with passion and determination. And here we have a beautiful full moon. And I was saying something about moons. Can't even remember what I said about the moons now, but I think that we've definitely got a full moon coming up around this time, around Christmas time. My dreams are made of stardust, and how beautiful is that? And we have that connecting in with all these stars here that I was seeing, and the Star of David, that word, and just seeing, with Bethlehem and Jesus and that whole story, and the three wise men. And they say that actually the three wise men was based on sort of three stars in the sky. What messages can you give here, Spirit and the cards, for people across the globe? Yeah, very much look forward with this message. Again, I'm being given again, look forward. Look forward. But also at the same time as looking forward, they're showing me to enjoy the present moments around you, and try and take in the beauty where you can, and try and find the joy where you can, even if it feels very difficult at the moment. I'm being drawn. I think this is a moth. I don't think that's a butterfly. I'm being drawn into this moth, and they are attracted to the light. And I'm seeing the words follow the light. So when I'm saying about finding joys, it's like find the light in life. There's so much negativity out there and things going on. It's not to say not to be caring about other things going on in the world or other people, but also find light and joy within your life and the world. It's important we have that balance, okay? As otherwise it can drag you down. What else can you give me? It was giving me the words night owls. So, like many of us could be night owls, and obviously we've got the moon there. So it's definitely drawing me into that proportion of you. And they give you the words creativity, and this is a very beautiful, colourful card. So many of you may be more creative and more productive at nighttime hours and night hours, and not fit into that standard. They're giving me kind of timeline, which humans normally we get up really early and we go to work early. You may have a different pattern that fits you better. Maybe finding something, if that isn't fitting you at the moment, and you being a night owl, is trying to find something that fits in with your kind of natural, is it Accadia rhythm it's called? Can't remember. I'll pop that in there too. I'll research after. But that's just what they're giving me there. And they're just throwing, it's almost like they're throwing space at this card. As I'm looking, I'm seeing like stars and space, and it's kind of, it's almost like you're going through time. And what's all this about? Give me the words limitless and boundless. We are thinking too small. You've outgrown the old. Look forward to the new. They show me someone praying here. Maybe some of you do pray on a daily basis. They're giving manifestation. So as you pray for those positive things for yourself, and visualize yourself, doing all these wonderful things. Like, it helps to bring that into your life there. Okay, they're telling me to move on. So what card should I go for next? I'm going to go for this one. Star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. And we was talking about the stars here. And I was saying about the three wise men, wasn't I? And that it reminded me that they say that actually it's based on three stars in the sky. And where is where are the pyramids? That's Egypt, isn't it? That's Egypt. But it kind of gives me that desert feel, The pyramids, I'm sure, are built so they are lined up with the stars. But that has just blown me away that I was talking about the three wise men, and then we've got these, and how they're meant to be stars. And here we have the three stars. I'm really, really shocked. Sorry, I have this where I'm just, really surprised how this is aligning. I shouldn't be surprised. Happily surprised, of course. Hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. And I was seeing space, as I was saying, going through space. It was like flying through in the stars, and it was just kind of, this universe was flying over through the card as I was looking. What other messages can you give me? It's giving me opportunities are abundant. Stop being small-minded. There is a whole universe within you and a whole universe without you. I don't think that's the right way to say it, but it's like they show me it's within and without. As is above, so is below. Yeah. But hidden secrets. Maybe there's something coming out that you're going to be finding out about. But do let us know. I'm seeing the word pharaohs, and you can kind of see the pharaohs there, slightly in the background, and like this tiger or something there. And they revered cats, didn't they? We have a little cat here I've put here today. And Jupi, he's not around today. Well, he is, but he's not sitting by us. So what can you give us? Anything else that you can help? I need to focus. Just been told. Giving me magical nights and look up to the sky. Look up to the stars. I think a lot of us don't, especially with the darker days, we're more kind of tucked in. Is there some planetary stuff going on at the moment that I don't know about? Maybe there'll be something that pops up in the news that's happened, something going on in the sky or with the planets. Do let us know if you follow anything planetary, or you're into astrology or astronomy, so you might know both sides of things. Yeah, let us know. The other word cycles, and they showed me Pisces, which is my birth month, but that's more at the beginning of the year. And then obviously December is the end of the year. They're giving me 13, so I know in some, was it the Incas had the 13-month calendar or something like that. Some of you may understand this more than I do because I'm seeing things, being given things, but I only know tiny, minute things about it or nothing at all. But here we have three, well, it looks like 4 pyramids there. We've got these 3 large pyramids there. So, yeah. It's really interesting. We'll just have to see on the number cards if we get any number 3s. Telling me to move forward, but they're giving magic and magical. Be interesting if something, I'm being shown the news, so it would be interesting if something globally comes up within the news, or maybe some of you work within that field within science and you follow the stars and planets. Please tell us. We're going to turn both of these over. We've got 43 next couple of months. And here we have all the beautiful stars again and a starry galactic night there. And 59, there is no more time. I will, as always, look up the spiritual meaning of the numbers. What can you give us with this card? Dark night of the soul is what I'm being given here, okay? And I was given this before, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it means because I had to research it then and add it in. So I will do that for you because I cannot remember what it means, which is terrible. My brain's like a sieve at the moment. Next couple of months. The next couple of months, obviously, we're going into the new year. So maybe whatever I was seeing with the 3 stars or the planetary stuff, but it feels more going on at the moment. Yeah. What else can you give me, please? A pile number 3 before we go into their next cards. Harlequin. That's that film, isn't it? Or character in a film. But I'll look up what the name Harlequin means because I don't know if it's a made-up name, but they show me that name. What else can you give me? I'm seeing a dog. I don't know why I'm seeing a dog now. But they're putting the shape of this dog in the sky. And I know there's different animals where they have like shapes. They create shapes of different things, don't they? And some of them, I believe, are animals. I didn't know that there was one that was shaped like a dog. Maybe they're going to find a new stars and planets that are shaped like that. I don't know. Or maybe it's something that just looks like that shape. Okay. But they're giving me a lot of humor when they're saying this and when I'm saying this, because I'm so confused. And it doesn't really make sense to me at the moment. But maybe as I research afterwards, it'll be like, oh, okay, that's what that means. Or maybe they could just be showing me, pets in heaven. That could be also part of the, what they're trying to show me. Yeah. And maybe some of you had a pet called Harlequin. I don't know. And they're showing me the Joker as well, character. But it's all humorous. It's all within fun that they're showing me this. But that's so odd. I'll research after and see what I can find, because it's a bit annoying in the moment when I feel like I'm just talking rubbish. Next couple of months. Okay, I'm going to move on, because I'm stuck on that one. I don't know what that was about. 59. They're giving me the word vortex. They give me the word ocean. That also almost looks like an ocean, and then a vortex, doesn't it? Give me the word space and time. There is no more time. We was talking about time, wasn't we? And about how some of you may have a different circadian rhythm, or not set to a certain time. If you're anything like me, you kind of get lost in time and don't really believe in time as such, if that makes any sense. Give me the word science again. The word omnipresent. So everything happens at once, kind of thing they're trying to explain to me. The past, the present, the future, everything is one. The oneness is the words that I'm seeing there. We're all part of the collective. And again, they're just putting space and universe and just this floaty feeling again. It's just zooming through the card. Something's coming. And we did look at surprise, didn't we? Hidden secrets and surprises. One of the cards can mean like surprises coming up, or part of its meaning, I'm sure. Or maybe that's just what they were showing me, because again, I can't remember everything. My brain is like a sieve at the moment. A sieve, if anyone doesn't know, in English, a sieve is, you put your vegetables in and that you kind of strain them and drain them. That's what that is. And that's kind of to represent my memory at the moment. So interesting, but with not really knowing what it means. Okay. Now, I had this on one of the other readings. I don't know if it was this reading when I tried to record the first part, or if it was reading 1 or reading 2, but rule your mind or it will rule you. Okay. And very much being drawn to this card as well to pair with this about show me grasp, taking a hold of everything, taking hold of your responsibilities, taking hold of your life. And here we've got all this prickly stuff around the outside. So I feel that some of you may find that difficult because you're not the best with time and you're not the most organized, but they're really wanting this confidence in you to get everything in order, is the words that I'm seeing here. But when you do it, they're showing me as well that even if you're feeling not very confident, or on the inside, on the outside, you're going to be walking with this grace and this confidence, and you're going to be exuding that, and people are going to be drawn to that. And we can see the warmth and the sun just shining on her face. And that's beautiful. Okay, I think that's all your cards. That's going to be really interesting to research all that afterwards, what I picked up that just seemed obscure to me. I'll have to see how that fits in. Let's pick you some charms. Okay, I'm going to look the other way. What do we got? We have a watermelon. I'll look the other way. Oh, I dropped it. I don't know what it was. Where I dropped it, whatever it was. Wow. I mean, it's talking about surprises. And when I get this one, it reminds me of like a bolt out the blue. There's going to be this surprise. They're giving me global things. This could be global matters, but they're also giving me smaller scale matters. So within everyone's like day-to-day life or life changes. So it could be something unexpected. It could be an unexpected job offer, or meeting someone unexpectedly when you know wasn't planning on meeting anyone, whether that's romantic or a new friend. It could be all kinds of facets there, new job, new course. You may have decided on one course and all of a sudden a certain university, another university's got in touch. But they're also giving me global, so there's global surprises coming up, and they're giving me news. So keep an ear out and an eye out for that, because I don't actually watch the mainstream news, so I probably miss most of the stuff that's going on. As I look at this, they are giving me the word okay, and that is a big global, obviously, concern and issue. I don't actually know what the watermelon represents to do with Gaza, so I will Google that after, but I know that I see it a lot on causes and posts that are posted. They're giving me the silent. They will not be silenced. The silent will not be silenced. It's about those without a voice will not be kept quiet, and how we will not be silenced. We may be, they may think that, because they don't put it on certain channels and news, but they just show me lots and lots of people coming together. And I know we've had a lot of that already, as I've seen across sort of Facebook and YouTube, a lot of groups voicing their opinions and all kinds of things. I try not to say certain words because I don't want it to get flagged in any way. But they're bringing me good news. I mean, obviously, it may not be something this cannot be undone overnight. Obviously, and lots of devastating things can't be undone at all. But they're giving me that they're showing me something turning. It's like the tide is turning is the words that I'm seeing here. The tide is turning and the times are changing. Voices, they're giving me voices. So there's something really prominent happening. I think I was getting that slightly in one of the other readings too. But I think a lot of us at this time of year, we're thinking of other people, praying for other people, praying for our families, but they're bringing in this joy, and they want you to still, have those joyous moments. And I was given that in another reading too, that don't feel like you can't have your joyous moments. You can, and that lifts the vibration of the planet, and all our prayers really help too. So they're just bringing that again into this reading, I suppose, because it's still that very special time of the year. I mean, but any time of the year, we want to bring love and support and light across the world, don't we? But yeah, if any of you are affected by this within your work or your activism, or if you have relatives in those certain parts of the world, my heartfelt prayers go out to all of you. But they're showing me the world's coming together, all the goodness in the world's coming together, all those good people, all the love, all that are coming together, and kind of they're giving me stop and halt. It's stopping, it's turning the world around. So although it feels quite heavy, it feels quite dark, this is a monumentous moment in time to change times. Okay, so just to remember that, and they're showing me someone holding their heart, and to remember that. Okay, but also within your own life, if you're having sort of trouble and strife, turbulent times, the tide is turning. So good things are, they show me a horizon, and the words good things are on the horizon. Okay, so I want to extend that to you, and I want you to enjoy yourselves as much as you can this time of the year. Okay, as well as when we send out love and light to those across the world. Okay, right. Let's take we have some paper messages, so let's take one there. What do we have? A family pet says hello and brings you comfort And I was seeing, when I was seeing I think it's this one, wasn't it? Seeing like stars, but a dog in the shape of a dog in the sky. And I was saying, well, is there a shape, a constellation or whatever it's called in the sky in the shape of a dog? I don't know. But I said it could, be family pets and stuff like that. So that really links in lovely to that one. So family pet says hello and brings you comfort, which is beautiful. And many of us are animal lovers and had animals that have passed away, sadly, but we still have very fond memories, and they could still be around us and visiting us. Okay, I'm being shown a little paw coming in here. It looks like a dog's paw, but obviously it could be a cat, it could be any animal that you lost. But that's just so special to end this reading on for you today, pile number 3. And I thank you all so much for being patient with me and waiting for your reading. Okay, beautiful. Pile number 3. I fill this reading with so much love and so much light. And I will see you all in the next reading. God bless.